Good morning, Niagara. You're tuned to Car Connection, where the coffee's hot, the tools are ready, and the talk is always tuned up. I'm your host, Niall Motormouth Jenkins, coming to you straight from the Car Connection workshop, where we mix a little humor, a little know-how, and a whole lot of horsepower. Here it's not just about fixing cars, it's about keeping you rolling, saving you money, and giving you the confidence to understand what's under that hood. From the classics to the commuters, the weird noises to the what the heck moments, we've got you covered. So grab your coffee, sit back, and join the crew, because this is Car Connection, your Monday through Saturday morning pit stop for stories, smarts, a few good laughs, and I'm Motormouth Jenkins, and we're shifting into drive right here on iHeartRadio and all areas that you pull your podcast from. We're on the major platforms: Spotify, Apple, Amazon, and the like. So just type in the search box Car Connection Workshop, and yes, you will find me. So good morning, and thank you for inviting me into your mobile unit. If that's where you're listening from, you're driving to work, or perhaps coming home. You're on the night shaft. Been there, done that. The only nice thing about shift work is some of the shifts, the big boss man's not there, if you know what I mean. Yeah, that's what we liked. Day shift, there's too many bosses. That's right, too many bosses. Anyways, before I digress, good morning to y'all. If you're just driving through your takeout and grabbing your favorite morning beverage, that's fantastic. Make sure you double check your order so that there's no disappointment and discouragement as you head down the highway, take a swiggy and go, nuts, this isn't it. Whose order is this? So lock that cup down in your cup holder and keep an eye on the road and your driving partner. If you have one, give them the crayons, the 16-pack of Crayolas, and a leaf bag. Fold it up so it looks like a laptop. They'll feel very important taking notes for you this morning. Well, I think we should start our morning off as we usually do. If you're joining us for the very first time, we love our first-time visitors to Car Connection. And a big reminder, everything we talk about right here lives at our website. It's the biggest drawer that we've created in our toolbox to be able to help you to engage with us, to like and follow, share, connect, be part of our Car Connection community on our YouTube channel, where you'll always learn 5 things: what it is, where it is, how it works, how it breaks, and how did you break it, and what could you do and know and understand as basic fundamentals of vehicle operation to save yourselves money and put money back in your pocket. So available to you is almost 200 teaching videos on our YouTube channel. We've got Facebook and Instagram, where you will see reels and bloopers and outtakes you won't see anywhere else. Stevensvilleontheweb.ca. We have an awesome business profile page there. Click on the businesses tab and you'll find us. I have lots of friends in the Stevensville area, and that's where my pops has lived for almost 40 years. Great eateries there. You got to check it out. Some great family-owned and operated businesses. Our iHeart icon is on the top right corner of our homepage as well. And what else we have there? The merch store. Make sure that you get yourself one of our limited edition Car Connection coffee mugs. Or I might say beverage mugs. So that way we don't exclude anybody. You know, it's not just whatever your morning beverage is, it's okay with us in the workshop. It's high octane, 99.5% boost all the time. We run on coffee. That's right. So visit our website at carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com often. Everything is there for you. The logos for all our program partners that make this program and all our other platforms available to you. We thank them for sticking by us after coming off of radio after 31 years with Car Connection, our live call-in automotive program. What else? Buy some merch, and proceeds go to support addiction campuses, Total Freedom Canada, USA. Very important that we do that. We work together to help those struggling with addiction to get to a Total Freedom campus because there's a brand new life waiting for them there. Let's put a hand out, not a hand up, right? That's what it's all about. Feed a man, give a man a fish, you feed him for a day, teach him to fish, he feeds himself for a lifetime. That's what it's all about. This morning, we're going to be talking about mods, not as in squad, okay? Mods that help and mods that hurt vehicle reliability. And we're seeing a lot of this stuff poking around out there, and it is causing a nightmare and a plethora of drivability issues. So we're going to, I've picked 9 items. I know you say, why didn't you pick 10? Well, there may be a bonus one. So let's jump in with our morning coffee, our morning bevy. Let's have a swiggy together. We count it down 3, 2, 1, and then we roll this thing out this morning. So again, welcome to the Car Connection Workshop. I'm your host, Niall Motormouth Jenkins, in the driver's seat. They got me strapped in the chair with a 5-point harness. I'm going nowheres. Let me tell you, nowheres fast. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Simply marvelous. Yeah, simply marvelous. Yep, that's good. I scored a second swiggy there. Hope you don't mind. I don't mind if you do as well. All right, so let's, as a reminder, we are in the month of February. The brown furry missile, the sun was shining, so he did see his shadows. I mean, 6 weeks more of winter, so somewhere around, I don't know, 26th of March, we might pull out of this frost-bitten planet. Well, I can't speak for everyone who's tuning in. You might be living in 86 degrees and low humidity. Good for you. Yeah. We're in the South Shores of Lake Erie in Ontario, Canada, and it's been bitterly cold. The lake is, from what I have been told, it's almost completely frozen. They've been snowmobiling on it. Good luck. I don't go out on water, even if it's frozen. Nope, not me. Land ho if I'm snowmobiling. Land ho. It's been stinking cold. Did somebody say, how cold was it? It was so cold, I saw 2 mice with booster cables trying to get a cockroach started. Okay, that wasn't good, right? Yeah. Okay, we move on. We're digressing this morning. It's way too early for that stuff. Today's forecast, if you're in the Niagara region, 21 degrees right now and cloudy. Wind is making it feel colder, about 13 degrees. Partly cloudy conditions expected around 6 p.m. today. Today's temperature range from 12 degrees to 27. Wow, that is a serious warm-up. And it feels like 3 degrees right now. I stepped out there. It's cold enough to freeze the knots off a tree, let me tell you. 20 degrees. We got some light snow coming down on the south shores of Lake Erie, so dress warm. Don't leave any skin available for frostbite or anything like that. Always make sure you have your winter warmies with you. Thank you to Rainbow Motors and Garage, sales and service you can trust up in Scarborough, Ontario, with the brothers, Rita and Ramiz Shanuda, taking care of our Car Connection listeners there with sales and service. They have a small car lot. They can't carry every year, make, and model. They would need quite a piece of property up there in Scarborough to do that. So let them know if they have not got in inventory the specific vehicle you're looking for, and let Rita and Ramiz do the legwork. They have the resources to find specific vehicles, and they've been doing that for decades. So let them do the legwork. They sell no junk there. They fix all years, makes, and models, including light commercial vehicles as well. So Rainbow Motors and Garage in Scarborough, Ontario, Canada, sales and service you can always trust. And thank you to our certified financial planning professionals, Tony Miele and Larry Tetro. Combined have 50 years of experience as fiduciaries with IG Wealth Management. They take care of a lot of different services, but here's just a few that are available to you. Reviewing portfolios. If you got some investments with the bank, you really need to get that hour and a coffee because your money is not making you money. It's making them money, and you get a Ziploc bag of pittance. They work to take care of debt with a debt plan, estate planning, that's powers of attorney, wills, all that stuff that you do not do yourself. And mortgages. I've had a mortgage with IG Wealth for well over a decade. I would not consider going anywhere else. They're fabulous to work with. Fantastic rates. Life insurance and critical illness insurance. Great things to have in your financial portfolio. And there's much, much more. And you have access to what we call the discovery meeting, an hour and a coffee in person, by Zoom, by telephone, in your home, a coffee shop, whatever you're good with, whatever you're comfortable with. But please keep in mind, Tony and Larry have been in the biz a long time. They really don't need any more clients, but because they know me and I've worked with them, they're my personal financial planners for decades. You got two of the best in all of Canada right at your fingertips, and they promise to help our Car Connection listeners to sit down and listen and see how they can formulate a plan to help you to get from where you are to where you want to be. So check in with them. Again, all our program partners and sponsors' logos are on the homepage of our website at carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com. I know that's a big one. ccbusnet.com is a short form. Always check our descriptions on our YouTube channel for the videos, and also here on iHeartRadio for our podcasts. And we are on all major and minor platforms, wherever you pull your podcasts from. I make sure I include those links in the description of the program. Let's jump right in with both feet this morning. We do have coming up in February after Family Day. I'm still working on the final logistics on how I'm going to know who I'm coaching with regards to the 30-day fuel savings challenge. And it's a 2-part series. But at the end of the day, if you honestly pony up and do what I'm suggesting you do, you will be pleasantly surprised at how much money you can save on fuel consumption in 1 month with one car in the household. Add a second car to the challenge, a third car to the challenge. Why not, if you've got multiple cars in the family, why not, as drivers, get together and say, let's do this and see who beats who on the fuel savings and who's going to be putting more money back in your pocket at the end of 30 days. And it's the 30 days after program that is really going to fine tune the fuel savings. So stick around for that. We just have to figure out how I know who I'm coaching and cheerleading in the 30-day fuel savings challenge, because Car Connection and Motormouth here is all about helping you keep your vehicle long-term, longevity to the engine and powertrain, so that you can keep your vehicle as long as you want. Stop listening to the white noise out there, because it's not true. I've owned my FJ now for 14 years. 14. We're going to be part of the 400,000 kilometer club this year with that vehicle. And no, it's not a push, pull, and drag vehicle. It's going to make it to 600K miles. That's the goal. And you can do it too. So if you're looking at saving money on repair bills, keeping your vehicle as long as you like, you're on the right platform. Same with our YouTube channel. All our platforms. That's what I talk about, is teaching you techniques that if you grab hold of them and actually implement them, there's savings waiting for you. So if somebody's saying, well, just not worth putting money in an old car, this is not for you then. And I'll tell you that straight up, because I don't talk to cinder blocks. You can do whatever you like. But I will say this. You don't know what you don't know because you don't have. Because if you knew it, you knew you'd have it. And to know it, not do it, means you never knew it in the first place. So if you want to be the big toad in the puddle and you want to be the know-it-all, I'll just let you do it. Absolutely. Won't be any argument for me, buddy. Not at all. You want to do it your way? Go to Burger King. Absolutely. All right, let's jump right in. Number 1. Now, I've got mods on my list that will clearly, if you've got a vehicle that's still under factory warranty, you got to be super careful about what you're doing. Yeah. Because the last thing you want to do is void that cheesy warranty that they're giving you anyway. Because, here's my point has always been, if all you can give me is like 2 or 3 years warranty and 60,000 K, what does that tell me about your product right then and there? You're not really backing it much. So how confident are you in your product? If you're confident in a product, you'll give an amazing warranty on parts and labor. Period. That's it. But if all you can do is build a car for me, build a vehicle, and give me 2 or 3 years and 60,000 K, that speaks volumes to me as a fully qualified and licensed service tech for 4 decades plus. Yeah. No thanks. No thanks for your junk. You can keep it, And we're going to talk about warranties because it's important that you know and understand aftermarket warranties versus factory warranties. Lifetime doesn't mean lifetime. Doesn't mean the day you draw your last breath, the warranty's over. That's not what it means at all. I had to score another swingy. I hope you don't mind. So modifications can and possibly void factory warranties. You want to check on that before you do. Before you do. Not do, then ask, or do, and then discover, we won't give you any your warranty's void because of whatever. Let's jump in. Number 1. One of the biggest ones I see, adjusting and modifying engine airflow. There's these filtres out there that you can buy, and they look nice, and you get a sticker with it, and you can put that on your vehicle, but no. Do not do it. You increase the airflow, guess what you change? You change the readings on the mass airflow sensor. Yes, airflow that the vehicle is sucking in by volume is monitored by a mass airflow sensor. And it's not adjustable. Sorry to tell you. It is what it is, and it is what it is not. You adjust the airflow and allow more volume of airflow. You've just changed your air-fuel mixture and all the configurations that the computer knows about, and it just throws everything off completely. So that's why I put that one on the top, because we used to see this when I was at Volkswagen. Put these pretty filters on, and then they bypass the air canister, and they got this thing sitting there that looks like it came off a neighbor's vacuum cleaner, and we end up having to take it off and put back the factory stuff in order to get the vehicle to run right. And you go, well, they sold me that stuff. I'm going to tell you this about every single accessory, modification, thingamy, gadget, doohickey, and whatnots. Yes, they sell them. And no, they don't care if they're illegal in certain states that you may be driving through. It's buyer beware. That means you have to do your homework and ask questions to determine, can I have this if I go to the Americas and I'm going to pass through different states? because that'll get you busted. I'm speaking from experience. Yeah. Down in Watkins Glen, I had rescued a crash victim, 1982, black on black Toyota Supra, and I had the windows tinted, and a state trooper down there. I was at a garage sale of all things, and it was a NASCAR weekend. It was Bud at the Glen at that time, and I got a little tap on my shoulder. The officer was asking the owners that were having the garage sale whose car that was, and then the somebody pointed at me in the crowd, and I'm going, did I just get tapped on the shoulder? Yeah, so the state trooper let me know that he could fine me and tow my vehicle away because of the window tint. So know your limits before you do it. So that's number one. Do not mess with engine airflow. The volume is important to the onboard computer and the software it's carrying in order to adjust air-fuel mixture and keep the vehicle running correctly and performing well. Number two, exhaust system mods. Yeah, we have another couple of things in there. On my specific vehicle, the 07 FJ has 4 of these oxygen sensors, 2 of which are HEGOs, heated exhaust gas organizers, and 2 are just O2 sensors. So a lot of reporting going back to the ECM, the onboard computer, to say, yeah, I'm sniffing the exhaust and I smell a rat. Yeah, something's not right. So again, if you mess up engine airflow and exhaust, so we got the engine sucking in and pushing out exhaust, and if you open the exhaust too much or restrict it too much, you're going to have drivability issues. And yes, if you're under factory warranty, you better ask if you can do that, because that will void your engine warranty. Done. Here's what you have to think about when it comes to modifications. You've got factory warranty. Wait until you're out of factory warranty to do this stuff, because anything to get the back door open and say, oh, I'm sorry, we would really love to take care of that, but we can't because you did this. You have aftermarket exhaust on. You have an aftermarket intake air filtration system. Yeah, so don't do it. Do not do it. Those are my top 2 that we've seen over and over again that mess up the drivability. And how do we fix it? There's no magic wand. There's no crystal ball. It all has to come off and go back to the way it was from the factory. That's usually when the tears start happening. I spent so much money. Why did they sell it to me? It's buyer beware. You're going to hear me say that a number of times during this, because modifications, even though it's available and the things are for sale, you have to do your homework, and it's buyer beware. Number 3, tire size. That is, I've just given you now the big 3 that we see that's messing up drivability, and you're doing it before asking. And that's when it all comes down to, well, to get the performance back, we're going to have to take those tires off and put this size on. So make sure you do your homework on tire size. Yes, there are, in some cases, you can change up to 1 or 2 different tire sizes without causing problems to the transmission shift control module. So it works together. The transmission control unit, the TCU, and vehicle speed sensors. Throw the speed sensors off. You messed up your shifting on the computer and the transmission. It goes cuckoo. And how do we fix it? Well, it's when we say, well, nice tires, but they got to come off in order for everything to correct. So you want to make sure that you're working with somebody who has your best interest in mind. If there are alternative tire sizes for your vehicle, it needs to be in print, not just what somebody thinks. Well, I think you can put those on. Well, they should fit. Just because they fit doesn't mean they're going to be a fit for the transmission control unit or control module, the TCM, and vehicle speed sensor. It's going to throw them way out of whack, and now you have a vehicle that shifts incorrectly. Number 4, changing vehicle road heights, adjusting suspension and steering to do so. Many times what we're seeing is, oh, I put a lift kit in my doodah, so-called vehicle, whatever it is. Whatever year, make, model, or brand or flavor, you just decide, I think I want to put bigger tires on, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to put a 2-inch body lift and a 3-inch lift here and there, and all of a sudden now you have steering and driveline angles that are incorrect, and now you have a vibration. How do we fix that? Well, we generally start taking some measurements on driveline angles and then start saying, well, this angle is definitely way too much, and not only are you going to be blowing out CV shafts and U-joints like Chiclets or Smarties, Skittles maybe perhaps. Now you've got to modify all of that to match the vehicle road height that you've changed. So, and the same goes for lowering. So lowering and raising up of a vehicle, do your due diligence. Yeah, you can do it, but you got to know how much you can do it, where you can change the height, and when you get to a specific point where you're going to need to take care of vehicle drive angles, and also steering and suspension. Going to be out of whack and may even cause steering box or rack and pinion steering unit angle problems as well, causing binding. We see this stuff. You look at it and you go, yeah, it looks cool, but this is a world of hurt right here. Again, doing your homework before adding the modifications. Here's another one. I'm a geek. Not really. I'm just saying, you're a geek. Oh, I can just load my own software into my ECM and then, give myself some more horsepower. Well, before you do that, you better check and see if you've got factory warranty, because if you do, if you think you're going to go into that ECM and then, race the devil out of it and blow something up and then claim it on warranty, computer history will tell us that you've been in there and somebody's modified the software and removed it. Just saying, you leave cookie crumbs that can be determined that you were messing with the onboard computer's software, or somebody loaded in a program and then put it back to factory after you blew it up. That is busted. Yep, you'll get busted for that. So again, check and make sure before you do, and change that software to give you more horsepower so you can keep up with your buddies. Because I can't tell you the number of times when I was at Volkswagen that would happen, and I'd call the factory rep and say, well, we have a report from the 5051 that software was loaded and then removed, put back to factory. We're covering nothing. That's what the answer would be. No goodwill warranty or anything on that. Done. It's your ticket. Remote starters. Now, I wasn't a fan of these before, but you know what? I have one vehicle that has a remote starter, and unfortunately, it's a summer vehicle. It's one we take out to fundraising events and car shows, so it really doesn't amount to much. In the winter, a remote car starter is definitely a cool accessory. But, however, ordering a vehicle, if you're buying a vehicle brand new and that's something you'd like, make sure you order the vehicle with a factory installed remote starter system. And the reason I say that is there are many years, makes, and models that really don't care and work well with a aftermarket remote starter system. And it can cause service light problems, drivability issues, and the list goes on and on and on. And when we disconnect it, everything comes back to normal. Now what? You got a system on there that's just not, the vehicle's not liking it at all. So you can check that in advance and do so. It is a nice feature. It really, really is. I give it a thumbs up. But here's what you also have to remember, and it ties in with my number 9 this morning on mods that help and mods that hurt. Any electronic gadgetry has to be installed by a licensed installer because that affects your car insurance. Anything that is not a factory installed accessory is aftermarket, and insurance companies don't like that. And if you have any kind of an insurance claim, you have a fire, and they see that you don't have the factory stereo in there anymore, or you've added this accessory, that accessory, if it has not been installed by a licensed installer and distributor, insurance has got you've given them a wide open back door, just like on the farm. Leave the gate open, the cows get out, all of them. Yeah, you don't want to do that. So you want to make sure if you're having any electronic gadgetry whatsoever, including remote starters, stereos, backup cameras, etc., lane changing cameras added to your vehicle, you want to make sure it's not done by Joe Schmo, the guy across the street, the guy that thinks he knows enough to kill your car. Those people are dangerous. And no disrespect. Sometimes, you know what? Some people can know just enough to be dangerous to an automobile. We can't be hacking into wiring like we could 40 years ago. Splice here, a cut there, a Marette on here, some kind of unique wiring with some tape on it. We cannot cut into wiring anymore. It changes the resistance in the circuit, and guess what? Now you have a car that has multiple electronic problems, and the service light is going to be your Christmas tree in the dash forever and ever. Amen. And that happens way too much. So any electronic gadgetry needs to be installed by a licensed installer for aftermarket accessories, or your insurance company is going to give you a what for, how to, and you can say, I didn't know. And the insurance company is going to go, well, that's policy. That's the policy, and you're done. All right, backing up the bus just a little bit. You're tuned to the Car Connection Workshop right here on iHeartRadio and all major minor platforms. Wherever you pull your podcast from, just type Car Connection Workshop in the search box and you'll find us. The biggest drawer we have in our toolbox is where we put everything that we talk about or video is available to you on the homepage of our website at carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com. CCBusNet, BUS as in Sam, net.com is the shortest form we have for that for many years. Top right-hand corner of the homepage, you'll see links for YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Stevensvilleontheweb.ca. We have a profile there. Tap the business tab to get us. And there is also a email link through that profile page as well as our homepage at carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com. You'll see the iHeart icon as well as our merch store. Surf our merch store and buy some Car Connection Motormouth gear, be part of the crew, and help us to help those struggling with addiction get to a total freedom campus in U.S. USA or Canada. A new life waits for them there. And so let's work together on that. So number 7 brings me to exterior lighting and upgrades. This one in particular can get you in trouble crossing borders and going through different states. Yes, you need to know what is legal and what is not in the different states in the Americas. So, although again, yes, you can buy the cool blinking, winking, and nodding lighting that burns the pupils out of the person that you're driving towards, like laser beams. But, a big but here, a super big but, they could be illegal in certain states in the Americas. So you need to check that before you purchase if you're the person that's going to be driving through different states south of the border. You will meet Mr. Trooper guy, and he won't be nice in most cases, and you'll be in big trouble unless you can turn all those lights off and take them off and put the factory lighting back in to pass through that trooper's state. Got it? Okay. So check before you do. And last but not least, tinting windows. And that's one of my faves because it saves interior. It reduces UV ray damage. It also reduces in-car temperatures by a lot, 15 to 25% in the summer. And so I love window tint. But again, even though they sell it, even though they install it and do a great job, you need to know what level of window tint is legal in certain states and illegal in other states, like Watkins Glen. Hello. Yeah. So you can be faced with a fine and a vehicle impoundment until you get that window tint off the windows, then you can have your car back. So again, make sure you're working within the guidelines and the boundaries if you're traveling south of the border and going to be passing through a number of different states, because each state has different laws in the U.S., and it's your due diligence to find out what those laws are and how they pertain to your vehicle. And no, they're not going to listen to, well, they sold me the stuff. Here's your ticket. Sign here. Yeah. And get that stuff off the car. So, just so as you know how important that is. So, the conclusion here is mods can be good and they can also be hurtful, where you've spent money and now you got to take it off because the vehicle doesn't drive right. You've modified the road height. Now you've thrown off the drive angles. You're going through drive shafts, U-joints, CV joints, like Smarties. Yeah, that's good. And M&Ms. Definitely like that. Going through that kind of stuff. Fast. So you've got to do your homework before just going ahead and adding modifications. Know if there are any parameters to where you like to drive and travel in the summer months and the winter months. Skiing, snowmobiling in the winter, ice skating, ice sculpturing, that kind of thing, igloo building. And then in the summer, all this outdoor summer things going on in different parts of North America, and you want to travel and don't get yourself caught and in trouble. And those are the ones that I could think of that I've seen and experienced where I've had to say, we're going to have to take that off to fix the car. But I just can't help you. Otherwise, can't help you. It's got to go back to the way it was factory, or you're going to live with the service light on and the shifting problem forever and ever and a day. Amen. All right, thank you to City Auto Sales and Leasing, Earl and Louise Grant. Fantastic couple. They're car people. I like to call them our Car Connection car guys. Husband and wife team. They love to find low mileage, top quality vehicles and make them available to you at fair pricing. They carry a large inventory in their building as well as on their car lot. But if they don't have the vehicle specific to what you're looking for, let Earl and Louise Grant know. Let them do all the legwork. They've been in the biz 25 plus years. They've got a ton of resources to find these vehicles. And I'll be honest, I have no idea where Earl finds the vehicles and the quality of vehicles that they have. They look like brand new. That's how they've earned the title Greater Toronto Area's premier pre-owned auto store. So check in with Earl and Louise Grant. They have in-house leasing and financing. Let them know what you're looking for, and it would be well worth your while to let them take you by the hand and guide you through that purchase, because you'll be able to purchase with confidence and with nothing less than honesty and integrity. Thank you to Niagara Block, 5000 Montrose Road, Niagara Falls, for making this morning's podcast available to you. Building Canada since 1931 with building supplies, hardscape landscaping materials to help you create that special project that you've always wanted, or that backyard space, your very special oasis, your hideout, the quiet space. Yeah, I have that. And I really enjoy it in the summer. I can listen to the birds, see the squirrels destroying my garden and the flowers and tearing them out and planting a peanut and sipping my coffee while just being quiet and having some quiet time. They can help you with all that, picking all the materials that will make that special space even more special, and connect you with contractors that, guess what, can give you a proper estimate, get the work started, and finish it on time. That's Niagara Block at 5000 Montrose Road, Niagara Falls. Stop by, say hi to the Grimo family, and you will experience customer service like no other. No other. And to our faith-based nonprofit organizations, Total Freedom Canada and U.S. addiction campuses, they are doing amazing things with their alternative addictions programs, bringing healing and restoration to individuals and families that have been enslaved by cycles of addiction and destructive behaviors. That's what they know. That's what they do. That's what they've been called to do, and to help people get back to a new life, a heart change. Thank you to Crystal Ridge Dream Center, serving men, women, single moms, children, meals, love, and hope, and changing lives one at a time in the Niagara region. In times when community support is crucial, Crystal Ridge Dream Center shines as a beacon of compassion and transformation. Visit 385 Derby Road in Crystal Beach, or click on any of the logos for our program partners and sponsors, and that'll open a profile page. And yes, you can connect just like that. Well, that wraps up this edition. We'll see you tomorrow morning for more of Motor Mouth's Morning Drive. Make it a great day. Be careful out there. It still is winter. That's what I've been told. Yes, and the groundhog, send him a carrot, would you? 6 weeks more winter. Well, just imagine. By the time we hit the weekend, there's only 5. Keep your head up. It's going to get better. I used to be a winter bunny and lived outside in the winter. My mother used to say, wait till you get older. That'll change. Well, we'll just leave it at that. Pull over and put on the handbrake, because it's true. Yeah, it's just kind of lost its shine. But it does look great when it's sunny and the sun's hitting the white snow. It is. I'd rather see that than just the gray, dark, blase blah. Hey, how about you? Same thing? We'll see you tomorrow, 8 a.m. Happy, healthy motoring. Make it a fabulous Tuesday, and we'll see you right back here for more of the Car Connection Workshop. Keep it under 100 and put that coffee on. Peace, patience, kindness always. We'll see you in the morning. Bye for now.